And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Cockroach. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. 18 Rattler. It's a party now. Let's go.
Here's Jones, throwing to start the drive. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Jones going to change it up here.
Detroit. Curve 19. Hey, get him. You got him. Rita.
Back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. 43 yards. And the Tigers go up by 2 touchdowns. Aubrey good with a PAT. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
6-man. Check curls. Mike 29.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll check this one. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit, and number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you got to make that throw, right? That's got to be completed.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Trent McDuffie. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, Any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Mike six. Mike six. You. Tighten up.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Great. Warriors 17. Hey, check back.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up... Fourth down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. This is fielded at the 27. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Mahomes going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Through the middle of the field, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Robbie Chosen, 53 yards. And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. From the 27, Jones. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Looking to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right. Caught along the left side by Hyatt. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. They're going to try and throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Running left to give to Pacheco. Down to the 22-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
29 is Mike. Mike 29.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So they get the interception, and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who was the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the old Olay, but give him credit. He went old school. He was determined not to make this a pick six, and he got there in time to make the tackle.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there. His second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Tigers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. 29 is the mic.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. Gonna look deep here for Pacheco. And oh my goodness, here's a fifth interception. And the return will stop right around the 25. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Yep. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Chiefs are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Here's a 2nd and 8. Final shot before the half for Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On third down, it's Pacheco. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way down to the 26. 62 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Let's go D, tighten up. Let's go D, tighten up.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Saquon Barkley with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Tigers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Brian Dable dialing up a play call here as they will go for 2. They're going to run it with Barkley. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
29 is Mike 29.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Open man is chosen. He's got him. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On play action, it's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Meanwhile, Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mike 29. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you. Easy. 29 is Mike 29.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Danielle Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
A run by Pacheco on second down. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Hyatt able to make the catch downfield. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A huge play there for Chicago. 57 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Back to throw. Jones. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
53, check 53. Timberland.
Looking to throw. Jones. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. It's Joshua Williams with a pick. So a big return there, Charles, on what was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick 6. So good hustle to get back and get him down. But, boy, that's a throw you've really got to be sure of if you're going to work the perimeter of the field.
Now a dump off here complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. And this offense on 3rd down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time it's... Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Danielle Hunter picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. His throw incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
We got 4.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. Now Jones on 1st and 10. Catch made here by Campbell. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say because someone's going to...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Tigers extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record. And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster for their effort today? Not just running their routes, but all the time they spent in the trenches, laying down blocks, doing the little things to help that offense succeed. And for doing all of that, they definitely want one of their tight ends to get a touchdown to really seal this blowout.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
I got you. I got you. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I'm trying to collect.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception. It's Deonte Banks with it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. CD, this is the ideal situation in the fourth quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful. They've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Chicago, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on their in-state rivals, the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Again, it's Henry. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeForest Buckner forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
7 Pirates! 7 Pirates!
Stroud looking to throw. Taking a shot for Dell here. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 33.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. A man who was a collegiate standout nearby in Austin, it's Bijan Robinson. Takes it to about the 37. Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
To throw is Prescott. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you getting the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there, and they're able to come up with the 1st down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Dak, he wants to change the play.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hatch it.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26. They'll run again here with Robinson. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Prescott on 3rd and 2. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game.